Hello and welcome to another class of 4G network. So today in this we are going to discuss that we have evolved user. As in a previous class we have discussed about the network architecture. So we are continuing with that class. So this user equipment is attached with evolved universal terrestrial radio access network. If we talk about this interface, this is AR interface called a UU interface. Now let's move to this part. Here we have evolved node B. In E-UTRAN part, we have only one entity and that one is node B. Now two node Bs are connected to one another. Like these are the node Bs and node Bs required to be connected to one another because here in this case we don't have any separate base station controller or radio network controller to manage each and every node Bs or BTS around it. Here in this case, E-node Bs is the only entity in E-UTRAN part and they have to coordinate with one another. So that means if they have to or they want to coordinate with one another, so they have to be connected to one another. So we have an interface defined between two E-node Bs and the E-node B interface is X2 interface. That means with the help of this X2 interface, these E-node Bs are connected to one another so that they can manage handovers, they can manage mobility, they can manage their neighbors. Through X2, they are communicating with one another. Now let's move to the next, which is evolve packet code. Now here, this evolve packet code is divided into two planes. We have user plane, call it as U plane. We have signaling plane, which is C plane. Signaling plane, C plane and user plane. For signaling, we have entities, mobility management equipment, and we have entities, home subscriber server. Whereas in user plane, we have serving gateway and we have PDN gateway. Now, if we talk about the interface between E-UTRAN part and evolve packet code, that means this interface. If this one is X2 interface, now if we talk about this interface, so this one is a S1 interface, signal 1 interface. Now E-node B is connected to MME also and E-node B is connected to serving gateway also. So this is connected to serving gateway and this is connected to MME. Now about the interface, that means this interface with MME we have S1C and this one as S1U. U defines this is user plane, where C defines that this one is a control plane or signaling. We also call it control plane because controlling is what signaling. Control plane. That means this is the S1 interface. So the interface between the E-UTRAN and evolve packet code is S1 interface, whereas this is divided into two entities, S1C as S1U. Whenever we have traffic access or data access, we have S1U, whereas simultaneously for signaling we have S1C. Now MME is connected to HSS, MME is connected to serving gateway is connected to PDN gateway, and this is connected to PDN, which is an external network. Now let's talk about the functions. MME, as we know, this is mobility management equipment. That means this is the main center controller of the complete 4G network. Like we have MSC. That means all decisions have to be go through MME. Similarly, mobility management equipment has to manage all mobility of the users, all handovers. If you are moving out of a region, then this has to manage. This is connected to home subscriber server, which is a permanent database and it It is a database of each and every LT subscriber or user. So HSS stores information about the users. SGW serving gateway, it acts like SGSN, that means routing of the packets from one end to another end with their authentication has to follow a serving gateway. Whereas PDN gateway is a gateway to the external network, which is data network, to the various databases. Like we have GGSN, which is Gateway GPRS Support Node, which acts like a router with the external network. Similarly, this PDN gateway will act like a router with the external network. If I have the packets, I will go through PDN, serving gateway, eNode B, and that means we have reduced the total number of nodes as we had discussed in the previous class. Total number of nodes with simultaneously signaling processors. So this is about 4G architecture. Thank you so much.